Chapter 3. Going to Hagrid's. The following morning. After last night's shenanigans about the tournament, Ron, Harry, Hermione, and I walked to Hagrid's as he told us to. It was early enough before any classes had started. I like Hagrid's hut. It's just right for him, in my opinion, and comfy. Besides the fact that the weird animals that all four of us came across there, like giant spiders in the woods, it was a nice area. I know it's my business about all of this with my crush on my potions teacher because, knowing me, I'll end up doing something stupid that I'll regret saying or doing. Besides that point, I just want advice since I guess having a huge crush on a teacher is normal. I don't know. But isn't when it comes to Snape? After all, we're talking about the dangerous and complicated potions master here. The teacher who seems to make me feel a certain way and gets my heart racing when he is nearby. Harry knocked on his door. As I stood behind him, seeing the door open wide, Hagrid was standing there with a huge smile as he saw all of us. "Harry, Miranda, Ron, Hermione, come in." Once we all walked in, sat down and got comfortable, Hagrid looked at me and asked, "So, Miranda, what is it that you needed to ask me yesterday?" I nervously looked at the others as they nodded their heads. "Well, I kind of have been developing a crush or something of a crush on Professor Snape. I'm not sure yet how deep my feelings are for him, and I'm also not sure what to do because now I'm afraid it's becoming too obvious to everyone. I just wanted to know, is it that obvious that I fancy him?" We all waited to see his reaction since he was silent for a moment. Since neither of us bothered to say anything, he asked another question. "How long have you had this crush on him, Miranda?" I responded, still nervous. "Since the beginning of last year, Hagrid, when he started to be nice to me and noticed me more in class and around the school." I could tell that Hagrid wasn't sure what to say at the moment from shock. Hell, I don't even know either. I continued, "It's just, I'm afraid I'll say something stupid, and I don't want to embarrass myself like that. I don't even know if having a crush on a teacher like this is normal. It's going to be hard concentrating in his class now." He looked at me and responded, "Just be sure to be calm about this, Miranda, you know? It's all right. I would gladly support you and make sure he doesn't find out. Hopefully. Unless you tell him personally, that is, that's a different story. He could possibly find out somehow anyway." What should I do? Try not to make it obvious. Liking someone in that way isn't something to be embarrassed about, Miranda. It happens. If it comes to me having the guts to admit it, I guess maybe I could tell him. "Is it obvious to you that I have a crush on him, Hagrid?" "Just a little bit, I would say, but I didn't put my mind to it until you told me. It's inappropriate since it's a student and teacher situation, but it depends on Professor Dumbledore with that. Just follow your heart, Miranda, and do what you think is best. That's the best advice I could give you." I sighed with relief, knowing he was being as helpful as possible, bless his heart. "Thank you, Hagrid," I said. "You definitely reassured me, and I'll think about it for sure." As he hugged me, I curiously asked him, "Hagrid, do you think he'll ever possibly fancy me one day?" "Just asking because I'm curious." He held my hand gently. "When it comes to love, Miranda, anything's possible." I smiled big. It almost seemed like he might know something that I didn't yet. As I let go for a hug, I heard Ron say, "There's one thing I don't understand, Miranda." "One thing?" Harry questioned. I snickered at the sudden remark as I turned around to look at Ron. "Don't worry, it's not insulting. It's fine." "What is it, Ron?" "Just how can you crush or fancy Snape? He creeps me out." "Probably because you always find yourself getting in trouble when he's around, Ronald," Hermione commented. "Hey now," Hagrid chipped in. "Miranda can't help whom she crushes on or fancies. One day when you start having feelings for someone, you know then. Just wait and see." "Things might be more difficult than just finding out about your crush, Miranda, if you think about it," I heard Harry say. "What do you mean, Harry?" I asked. "I just have this nasty feeling that something won't be quite right about this year, or things will get complicated. My eyes got wide as I realized what he was thinking about. Harry, are you trying to say what I think you're thinking without saying it? It's possible, don't you think, Miranda? Deep down, you're the only one who knows the truth. I mean, I guess so, Harry, yeah. But when it comes to him, that's unpredictable. Who are you guys talking about? Ron asked. You know who, Ron, I responded. How would you know the truth? He killed my parents, remember? At the end of the first year, I told you when we really got to be friends, while Harry was knocked out in the hospital wing. And she's lived with me, Mom, and Dad since then. After a while, Mom and Dad adopted her into the family. Hermione chipped in. I smiled her way as she knew I was always thankful to her parents for being there for me. I think we can all agree he's still out there. I reckon you on that, Hagrid said as we looked at him. Harry nodded as he seemed to agree, but Ron and Hermione were feeling mixed about it. Well, whatever happens this year, I started to say, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how things play out. That goes with both topics, you know who, and my teacher crush. I won't act upon anything unless Professor Snape gives me a hint. That would be the smartest thing to do, Miranda. I wouldn't want you to get into trouble so soon, Hagrid said as he looked directly at me. Don't worry, Hagrid. If anything happens, I'll be sure to tell you. You're my friend after all. He smiled brightly as I gave him yet another hug, and he hugged me back just as tight and comforting. I feel like we can confine ourselves in Hagrid now since all of us are becoming good friends. We all talked for a while longer before saying goodbye to Hagrid, not wanting to be late for class. Later that day, at lunch, Harry, Ron, Hermione, and I ate lunch in the Great Hall with the other Gryffindor students. Everyone dug in, and I did indeed because I was hungry. We were all still a little weirded out by Professor Moody's class since he's the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher this year. He discussed and showed us all about the 3 unforgettable curses, something I wasn't expecting, but I think most students appeared to be the same. Of course, he only displayed 2 out of the 3 curses, but he noted that Harry was the only one to have known to survive the killing curse. I mean, was it legal for him to try and demonstrate him? I know we needed to gain knowledge about them for good reasons, but still. Poor Neville was tortured during it, and you can tell how much it bothered him. After we left, Neville acted weird and Professor Moody called him back to talk to him. Anyway, I decided to stare sneakily at Snape as he quickly looked my way, but looked away a second later. Hermione noticed my sudden staring and nudged me with her elbow. Oh, sorry, I said as I rubbed my side.